Welcome to the WickerShire project off-grid simple garden setup series. Simple garden. Now, many people want to grow a garden and they want to know just the basics to demystify all the crazy information that happens in design of a garden. So, is it possible to get somebody new into gardening so that they have a foothold of understanding how everything in a garden works? Because people want to grow food. So the first thing we tell them is you have to have a regular watering schedule. You cannot let the ground dry out. There
Fungus or microbes
are in the soil that break down material into salts, mineral salts, very simple micro and macronutrients that feed the plant. So keep your soil wet and the plant stays alive. The other thing is soil compaction. You want to make sure your ground is just in the first 6 inches to a foot loose. You want to crack that soil so it breathes. You have to have oxygen penetrating that soil. Soil needs to breathe. And also the water will be able to seep down to those root levels, and that's where all the microbes are around your roots, and everything is kind of working together with one another. The next thing is because the sun is hot and dries things. You know, it's a wonderful drying physicality of the universe. That sun radiation and all those photons coming down, smashing this wonderful planet. So there's heat and there's light from all directions. That's going to dry your soil out. It's going to dry your soil out. So if you're going to loosen the soil, look at the size of your seed and read how deep it should go. Cover that, water it in, mostly compost on top of that. You want to put compost because it's going to feed the plant all year. Put that over, and then you got to put a mulch layer. But you got to open the ring up where you put the seed. You got to make sure there's no mulch there. That plant is going to come up with its first set of leaves, and then its second set of leaves, you know, like a week or so later, and it's going to grow a few inches. And then you're going to take that mulch and you're just going to push it pretty close, just, you know, within inches of that plant stem. And so you're going to know where to water. Your compost is part of the nitrogen cycle that's in the soil. As you water and you have plant roots in there, everything comes a little more active, you know. So you want a living soil, a breathing, loose, living soil that has moisture. All the microbes live in the water. So without water and your soil dries, your plants go through a dry cycle. But for most garden vegetables, it is detrimental. You start to get diseases and you start to get all these weird and bad things happening to your plants. The leaves curl, they turn yellow, they start to spot, and then you're overwatering and spraying like crazy. We try to prevent all that. In order to do that, we have to create an environment that is perfect for a baby seedling to mature into a full-grown plant that eventually fruits, and you eat, and you're able to possibly collect seeds from and seed save for next year. Because nobody wants to buy seeds. We all want to buy seeds, right? That's a lie. We all want to buy seeds. Everybody watching this is a seed addict. I'm pretty sure of it. You can shoot boxes full of it. Yeah, so how to grow a garden. Have access to loose soil, any soil. I don't care what you get, any soil. There are going to be special conditions where you might have to fix your soil. If you're out in the desert and your water goes straight down and through, washing everything out because you're sitting on some ancient ocean bed. You're going to have to take measures to get some organic matter on top of the soil to start conditioning that sandy soil to make it a little bit better. And you might dig out, you know, like a 2 by 2 foot area and sprinkle some bentonite clay down the bottom. And that puts a little bit of a seal. So whatever you water is going to go down and hit that. It's going to stop. The fungal network develops inside that soil as it chews at the organic matter up top and encases the root system down below where the bacteria likes to live. Fungal is very moist and it's good at absorbing moisture. So all those little soil microbes want to be around that. All that nitrifying bacteria wants to be around that. I know we say nitrifying bacteria. There's so many, like you have no clue. There are so many microbes in the soil, and they just find it's an exuberant amount of microbiology that is within the soil. Just crazy. But we don't want to know any of that stuff as simple gardeners. We just want to know the basics. So how do I garden? Loosen the soil, put the seed up top, water it all in, water it in again, tomorrow water it in again, make sure that soil's got moisture, sprinkle some compost around, mulch around where the seed area is, and there is the basics to gardening in a nutshell. Just keep it simple. We learned that gardening takes time. It takes years.
Gardening takes preparation.
I'm taking 3 years to start this. And that's 3 years to build up all that good soil that's back there. And then once I stop making my rows on my terraces and I start growing in it, I'm again starting the process over of repairing the soil to grow into those rows. It just takes time. And it gets better every year. And every couple of years we'll crop rotate. I'm on a whim. I don't crop rotate. I plant the same stuff or I crop rotate. More than likely, the same soil is never going to have the same plant in it 2 years in a row. Something else is going to go in there. Because I like gardening. I like growing different things. I like testing out different plants in the soil to see what grows and what I can grow. And then I have to keep in mind that I'm on a timer, until I'm put in the ground. So over the course that I'm growing now, I'm going to see the improvements over the year of how everything grows in the soil as it ages and develops. No rush, right? No rush. Things I have noticed, native ground naturally, if I just plant into this, the plants are gonna, depending on what I put in there, it's gonna be hit or miss whether they grow or not. It's just the way it's gonna happen. This is going to be a bare medium to grow in. Maybe the garden does exceedingly well and you guys are mind blown. Think I'm like, oh, Billy's awesome. He's great. I can't believe how great his garden. Look, he planted, he stripped it, he put it in there and everything grew up big. That's going to be luck. That's just going to be pure luck if that happens. More than likely, it's going to be like every year. We're going to struggle and we're going to have the nice weather. We're going to have the season where it's hot and dry for us in my zone, my area. So everyone has their own different struggles. You have your own different struggles when gardening. I'm a firm believer that in the South, we have it a lot tougher, even though we have a longer growing season, we have nicer weather. Up north, you guys have much more fertile soil. In general, you just do. You have, and your temperatures are not so extreme. So most of your stuff, your garden should look dark green and healthy. And you guys get a lot less bugs than we do. We get loaded. It's warm. It's a tropical environment down here. We are loaded in bugs that want to kill and eat everything, including me. I get bit constantly out here. If you made it this far into the video, appreciate you guys for hanging out. I'm not here to educate you or teach you anything. It's just my experiences of learning what's going on as I garden and grow off-grid. I like that. I said off-grid. We're off-gridders. Just to get more people into doing what we do. All of us out there, what we do is bring them into growing your food. And it's not as complicated as you thought. It's pretty simple. Until you start getting into it, and then you can really make it complex and crazy. All right, guys, thanks for watching the WickerShire project. This is one of the dumbed down versions of how to garden,
And we'll catch you on the next one.
I like that. I said off-grid. We're off-gridders.